Hi, I decided to do another mask tutorial after my friend Lydia sent me what looks to be like a super cool 3D style mask. The mask pattern is on C. Kate Sew, and it's S-E-E Kate S-E-W. You can either download it by subscribing to her newsletter, or you can join her Facebook page and look in the files and get the pattern there. The pattern has a multiple of sizes, all the way from toddler up to people with very wide faces. I decided to start with the large, with the thought that I could add darts if the end result turns out to be too large. Essentially what we're making, when you look at the bottom, is sort of like a maxi pad with wings. And then we're gonna add darts to it and a pocket filter and elastic and turn it into a 3D style mask. So I hope this is helpful. And one more thing, you do need to have an ironing board and an iron or a flat surface, because in order to make the darts in the pattern that are required, I think you're gonna have to iron. At least that's my initial thought. We'll see at the end if we really do, and if we don't, I'll put it away. Okay, next step, I'll record more. Take care. Okay, I cut out my pattern, and for those of you that have been in my house, that's Sarge 2 behind me, and he stays up year round, so he's gonna keep us company today. So I cut out the pattern, and I also cut out the pocket piece. According to the directions, we're gonna just stitch 1/4 of an inch on the top and on the bottom. So I put my pins here, I don't know if you can see that. This side, there you go. I put my pins here just to remind me, don't sew on this side. So, okay, I'll sew it and then I'll catch you on the other end. Okay, that took about 20 seconds, and I've sewn it on both sides. Now, according to the directions, I'm gonna switch it around here. We are supposed to turn the right sides out, place the pattern back on top of what we've sewn so that we can iron on the lines, which I think sort of look like wings, right? Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like after I finish ironing it. Okay, so I have ironed it exactly as we're supposed to. It's a little confusing because on the pattern, since we cut it out, then the lines aren't the lines aren't exact as to where you're supposed to line it up for the wings. You see that? So I did the best that I could, and at least looks like it's supposed to look in the instructions. But my first thought is this is looking a little small. I don't know. We're gonna go through it and see how it turns out. I'll let you know. I'm gonna go top stitch, because now I'm supposed to top stitch the along the line here, and then I am going to make the casing for the elastics on both sides, and then we'll come back and iron it again and see how it looks when we put the darts in. Okay, that took maybe a minute and a half. I had to go remember where I had to put my my free forming elastic. That was actually a gift from one of the moms in town, and I'll give her a shout out in the credits when I post this on Facebook. So I have made it, and you can see, like, sort of, I'll put it up to my glasses, like it's not that wide. Do you see that? Just for sizing, it doesn't look that wide. My thought is that when we put the darts in to fold it out, it's gonna make the mask bigger, but I'm gonna go ahead and iron it out the way it's supposed to and pin it, and then I'll come back so that you can see what it looks like before I sew it. Okay, I'm coming back a little sooner because this is really interesting. What I wanna show you is how to fold it so that the mask starts to pop out. And now you can see how it's forming. So what you have to do is take this right here and sort of fold this corner up to this corner. So it's hard to do it backwards, but you see how I did it like that? So I took, how did I do this? I took this corner right here, and I'm gonna touch it up here. And that's gonna make a little tuck, sort of, it's just really hard to do it backwards, but there. Now you can see my little dart form, and I'm gonna pin it down, and you can see now how the mask starts to pop out in this 3D. And it's definitely big enough. Okay, I'm gonna sew it after I iron it. I'm also gonna tie my elastics together so that I have my elastics already in and I don't accidentally sew it down and I can't get rid of the ends on the inside. So I'll do that, and then we'll see what the finished product looks like. Okay. Well, what do you think? I kind of like it. I added a little top stitching here to give it a little more form. And you can see it's supposed to fold very nicely. Fold flat, although I don't know why you need it to fold flat, you just throw it in your bag. Now one thing I forgot to do, and these things happen, is I forgot that we're supposed to add the pocket. So this one is, it's naked without the pocket, and that's how I usually wear my mask, but because my mom likes to wear them with the filter, I'm gonna go and redo this mask. I'll come back at the point where we add the pocket in, and that'll sort of be an addendum to this video. All in, so far, I've probably sewn maybe 6 minutes total, and that's with the ironing and everything, so it's a pretty easy mask to make. The other thing is I use the elastics, which was a gift from one of the moms in town, but I usually like to use my little pull things. I'm not sure how that would work with the mask pulling, but I may try that with the second one and we'll see how it is. Okay, thanks. Okay, so I've re-stitched my mask. This one with the pocket, I'm gonna add a nose bar too. So I'm just putting it on the wrong side, and then when I turn it over and do my top stitching, I will encase it so it won't slip, you know, after we wash it. So just want to let you know that this is going in now, and then we'll add our pocket, and then I'll stitch everything down and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so I have sewn the pocket in. I don't know if you can see this, but just want to point out that I'm doing this for my mom. So it's fabric that's doubled, and this is fabric that's doubled. So you have 4 layers that are going to go into your mask, and then the pocket serves as a place to insert another filter. So if you are really, really, really concerned about making sure you are quadruple protected and you want to add in filter, this is what you should do. I sort of like just the part without the pocket, but you know, when your mom says that's what she wants, that's what you do. Anyways, I'll show you what it looks like when I finish it off in a few minutes. Okay, I put the pocket in, and I have to say it just doesn't work well. It's a lot of fabric. And as you can see, I had a really hard time trying to top stitch because essentially I was sewing through 4 layers of fabric with the pocket in. And also, here's the pocket, and you put your filter here. But honestly, I feel like with all the fabric from the first one, you're probably safe. I did the light test, and with the fabric that I used, it seemed to hold well. You could also, if you felt like it, double mask and put a filter, a paper mask, and then have your nice cloth mask over it. I will make this mask again. I will not add the pocket for the filter. I don't think it's gonna work well. And it doesn't really make for a nice looking mask. Anyways, thanks for hanging with me today. This video actually took longer than it actually takes to sew. So I sew the regular mask in 8 minutes, maybe 7 minutes. This one with the pocket, it probably took me about 20 minutes, but that was half user error. And then half because my Baby Lock machine really had a tough time going through 4 layers of fabric. So anyways, I'll take some pictures and post them when I make some more. Thanks to Lydia, thanks to the really nice mom that gave me the elastics, and thanks to you for, you know, at least hanging out with me and watching my video. Take care.